Imagine this: you're sitting at a dinner table, surrounded by beings from another world. The atmosphere is tense, the food is strange, and you can't shake the feeling that something is off. But instead of panicking, you take a bite, savor the flavor, and ask, "Can I get the recipe?" Sounds absurd, right? But what if I told you that this bizarre scenario could teach us something profound about human nature, curiosity, and even our relationship with the unknown? Welcome to a story where aliens try to poison humans at dinner, but humans respond in the most unexpected way by asking for the recipe. This isn't just a quirky thought experiment, it's a fascinating exploration of how humans approach danger, curiosity, and cultural exchange. So, grab a seat at the table, and let's dive into this cosmic culinary conundrum. The story begins with a first contact scenario that's anything but peaceful. An alien species, let's call them the Zorlax, arrives on Earth with a plan. They've studied humans from afar and concluded that the best way to subdue us is through our stomachs. After all, food is universal, right? They invite a group of humans to a grand interstellar dinner, promising an exchange of cultures and knowledge. But hidden in the exotic dishes is a secret ingredient, a toxin designed to weaken humanity's defenses. The Zorlax are confident. They've done this before on other planets. But what they don't account for is humanity's unique combination of curiosity and resilience. As the dinner begins, the humans are served a series of dishes that look like nothing they've ever seen. Glowing blue soup, shimmering purple noodles, and a dessert that seems to change colors with every bite. The Zorlax watch intently, waiting for the humans to collapse. But instead, something extraordinary happens. The humans start asking questions. What's in this soup? It's incredible. How do you make these noodles so chewy? Is this dessert alive? The Zorlax are baffled. They expected fear, suspicion, or at least confusion. But instead, they're met with genuine curiosity and enthusiasm. One human even pulls out a notebook and starts jotting down notes, asking for detailed instructions on how to recreate the dishes back on Earth. This reaction isn't just a funny twist, it's a reflection of something deeply human. Throughout history, humans have faced the unknown with a mix of caution and curiosity. Think about it: when European explorers first encountered tomatoes in the Americas, they were initially thought to be poisonous. But instead of avoiding them, people experimented, learned, and eventually turned them into a staple of cuisines around the world. Or consider the story of fugu, the deadly pufferfish in Japan. Chefs spend years training to prepare it safely because the risk is worth the reward. In both cases, humanity's curiosity and willingness to take risks led to culinary breakthroughs. The same principle applies to the Zorlax dinner. The humans aren't just ignoring the danger, they're embracing the opportunity to learn something new, even if it comes with risks. But let's not forget the Zorlax perspective. They're not evil, they're just operating on a different set of assumptions. In their culture, food is a tool, a means to an end. They don't understand why humans would care so much about the process of cooking or the flavors of a dish. To them, it's all about efficiency and control. But as they watch the humans react with such passion and interest, they start to question their own approach. Could there be value in the way humans approach food, not just as sustenance, but as an art form, a way to connect, and a source of joy? This moment of cultural clash isn't just about poison and recipes, it's about two very different ways of seeing the world. Now, let's zoom out for a moment and consider the broader implications of this scenario. What does it say about humanity's ability to adapt and find common ground, even in the face of danger? And what does it reveal about the power of curiosity to bridge divides? These are questions that go beyond the realm of science fiction. In real life, we see examples of this all the time, whether it's in scientific research, where curiosity drives us to explore the unknown, or in diplomacy, where finding common interests can turn enemies into allies. The Zorlax dinner is a microcosm of these larger themes, wrapped in a quirky, otherworldly package. But the story doesn't end there. As the dinner progresses, the humans' enthusiasm starts to have an unexpected effect on the Zorlax. One of the alien chefs, intrigued by the humans' questions, begins to explain the recipes in detail. They talk about the rare spices from their home planet, the techniques they use to achieve certain textures, and the cultural significance of each dish. The humans listen intently, asking follow-up questions and sharing their own culinary traditions. Slowly but surely, the atmosphere shifts. What started as a tense and potentially deadly encounter turns into a genuine exchange of ideas and experiences. The Zorlax begin to see the humans not as targets, but as collaborators. And the humans, for their part, start to see the Zorlax not as enemies, but as teachers. This transformation raises an important question: what if the key to overcoming conflict isn't force or fear, but curiosity and openness? It's a lesson that feels especially relevant in today's world, where divisions, whether cultural, political, or ideological, often seem insurmountable. The Zorlax dinner reminds us that even in the most unlikely situations, there's potential for connection and understanding. It's a hopeful message, wrapped in a story that's equal parts funny, thought-provoking, and strangely heartwarming. So, what happens next? Do the Zorlax abandon their plan to poison humanity? Do the humans manage to recreate the alien dishes back on Earth? And what does this encounter mean for the future of human-alien relations? These are questions we'll explore in the next part of the story. But for now, let's take a moment to appreciate the power of curiosity and the unexpected ways it can change the course of history, one dinner at a time. As the dinner progresses, the dynamic between the humans and the Zorlax continues to shift in unexpected ways. The humans, now fully immersed in the culinary exchange, begin to share their own food traditions. One of the humans pulls out a small container of earth spices, cumin, paprika, and a pinch of chili powder, and offers to enhance one of the Zorlax dishes. The aliens, initially hesitant, agree to let the humans experiment. The result is a fusion dish that combines the best of both worlds, the exotic flavors of Zorlax cuisine with the bold, earthy tones of human spices. The Zorlax are stunned. They've never tasted anything like it. For the first time, they begin to see the value in collaboration rather than domination. This moment of culinary diplomacy raises an interesting question: could food be the ultimate universal language? Throughout history, food has played a crucial role in bridging cultural divides. Take, for example, the Silk Road, where spices, recipes, and cooking techniques were exchanged across continents, enriching cuisines and fostering connections between distant civilizations. Or consider the modern phenomenon of fusion cuisine, where chefs blend elements from different culinary traditions to create something entirely new. In both cases, food serves as a medium for cultural exchange, a way to share stories, traditions, and values. The Zorlax dinner is no different. What starts as a potential act of aggression becomes a celebration of diversity and creativity. But let's not forget the underlying tension. The Zorlax original plan was to poison the humans, and while the atmosphere has become more cordial, the toxin is still present in the food. The humans, however, remain blissfully unaware, or so it seems. One of the humans, a scientist named Dr. Elena Martinez, has been quietly analyzing the dishes using a portable spectrometer she smuggled into the dinner. She discovers traces of an unknown compound in the food but decides not to raise the alarm. Instead, she uses the opportunity to learn more about Zorlax biochemistry. Her curiosity outweighs her fear, and she begins to ask the Zorlax detailed questions about the ingredients and their effects on the body. Dr. Martinez's approach is a perfect example of how humans often turn potential threats into opportunities for discovery. Think about the field of toxicology, where scientists study poisons not just to avoid them, but to understand their mechanisms and even harness their properties for medicine. For instance, the venom of the cone snail, one of the deadliest creatures in the ocean, has been used to develop painkillers that are more effective than morphine. Similarly, the toxin in the Zorlax food could hold the key to new scientific breakthroughs if the humans can figure out how to neutralize it. This blend of curiosity and ingenuity is a hallmark of humanity, and it's what sets us apart in this interstellar encounter. Meanwhile, the Zorlax are grappling with their own internal conflict. The chef who shared the recipes, a Zorlax named Xylera, begins to question the morality of their mission. Xylera has always seen cooking as an art form, a way to express creativity and connect with others. But now, their skills are being used as a weapon, and it doesn't sit right with them. Xylera confides in one of the humans, a chef named Marcus, who listens with empathy and shares his own experiences of using food to bring people together. Their conversation sparks a realization in Xylera: perhaps the Zorlax approach to conquest is fundamentally flawed. Instead of trying to dominate other species, maybe they should seek to understand and collaborate with them. This moment of introspection is a turning point in the story. It highlights the power of empathy and dialogue to challenge deeply held beliefs and inspire change. Xylura's journey mirrors real-world examples of individuals who have questioned the status quo and worked to build bridges between conflicting groups. Think of figures like Nelson Mandela, who used forgiveness and understanding to unite a divided nation, or chefs like José Andrés, who use food to address humanitarian crises. These stories remind us that even in the face of hostility, there's always the potential for transformation if we're willing to listen and learn. As the dinner draws to a close, the humans and Zorlax find themselves at a crossroads. The humans, now aware of the toxin thanks to Dr. Martinez's analysis, must decide how to respond. Do they confront the Zorlax and risk escalating the situation? Or do they use their newfound knowledge to negotiate a peaceful resolution? Similarly, the Zorlax must decide whether to continue with their original plan or embrace the possibility of a new relationship with humanity. The stakes are high, and the outcome is far from certain. But one thing is clear, this encounter has changed both sides in profound ways. The humans have gained a deeper appreciation for the richness of Zorlak culture, while the Zorlax have begun to see humanity not as a threat, but as a potential ally. The dinner, which started as a potential act of war, has become a symbol of hope, a reminder that even in the most unlikely circumstances, connection and understanding are possible. And it all started with a simple question: can I get the recipe? In the final act of this interstellar dinner saga, the humans and Zorlax face the ultimate test of their newfound connection. Dr. Martinez, armed with her discovery of the toxin, decides to address the issue head-on, but not in the way you might expect. Instead of accusing the Zorlax or demanding an explanation, she approaches Xylura, the Zorlax chef, with a proposal. "This compound you've used in the food, it's fascinating," she says. "I've never seen anything like it. If we could study it together, imagine what we could learn. We could develop new medicines, new technologies. But to do that, we'd need to work as partners, not adversaries." Xylura is taken aback. They expected anger, fear, or even retaliation. But Dr. Martinez's offer of collaboration is something they hadn't anticipated. After a moment of hesitation, Xylura agrees. They explain that the toxin, derived from a rare plant on their home planet, was never meant to be a weapon. It was originally used in small doses as a healing agent, but their leaders saw its potential for conquest and repurposed it. Xylura admits that they've always been uncomfortable with this use of their culinary skills and sees Dr. Martinez's proposal as a chance to reclaim the true purpose of their craft. This moment of honesty and vulnerability marks a turning point. The humans and Zorlax begin to work together, not just to neutralize the toxin, but to explore its potential benefits. They set up a makeshift lab in the dining hall, combining human technology with Zorlak knowledge. The other humans, inspired by Dr. Martinez's initiative, join in, offering their expertise in chemistry, biology, and even culinary arts. The Zorlax, in turn, share their understanding of the toxin's properties and how it interacts with different organisms. What was once a dinner table becomes a hub of innovation and collaboration. As they work, the humans and Zorlax discover something extraordinary: the toxin, when properly diluted and combined with certain Earth-based compounds, has the potential to cure diseases that have long plagued humanity. It can repair damaged cells, boost the immune system, and even slow the aging process. The implications are staggering. But the real breakthrough isn't just scientific, it's relational. Through their shared efforts, the humans and Zorlax begin to see each other not as enemies, but as partners. They realize that their differences, far from being a barrier, are a source of strength. Each side brings something unique to the table, and together, they achieve something neither could have accomplished alone. This collaboration doesn't go unnoticed by the Zorlak leadership. When they learn that their plan to poison the humans has backfired and that their own people are now working alongside the very species they sought to conquer, they are furious. But Xylura and the other Zorlax who participated in the dinner stand their ground. They argue that the mission to Earth has revealed a better way forward, one based on mutual respect and cooperation rather than domination. The humans, for their part, offer to share the benefits of their discoveries with the Zorlax, creating a foundation for a lasting alliance. The story ends with a celebration, a second dinner, this time hosted by the humans. They prepare a feast that combines Earth and Zorlak flavors, symbolizing the fusion of their cultures. The atmosphere is joyful and relaxed, a stark contrast to the tension of their first meeting. As they eat, they reflect on how far they've come. What began as a potential act of war has become a testament to the power of curiosity, empathy, and collaboration. The humans and Zorlax toast to their partnership, knowing that the challenges ahead will be easier to face together. But the story doesn't end there. It leaves us with a thought-provoking question: what other conflicts, whether on Earth or beyond, could be resolved if we approached them with the same openness and willingness to learn? The Zorlax dinner is a metaphor for the challenges we face in our own world, divisions based on culture, ideology, or fear of the unknown. It reminds us that even in the face of danger, there's always the potential for connection and understanding. All it takes is a little curiosity, a willingness to ask questions, and the courage to see the unknown not as a threat, but as an opportunity. So, the next time you sit down to a meal, whether it's with friends, family, or even strangers, remember the story of the Zorlax and the humans. Think about the power of food to bring people together, to spark conversations, and to bridge divides. And ask yourself, what could we achieve if we approached every encounter with the same curiosity and openness? After all, you never know what starts as a simple dinner could change the course of history. And with that, we've reached the end of our cosmic culinary journey. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Until next time, stay curious and bon appétit.